Camilla from Code with Camilla. Today we're going to be talking about data types with text.
The data types that used to represent text. So there are many data types in C#, but the ones that used most often are int and string. So we already discussed ints in a previous video. Today we are going to look at string data type. This is an example. So right now I declared variable called myvar with the data type string, and I assigned some data to it. How it looks in the memory. In the memory, when you declare and assign string variable, it's going to look like this. First, it's going to say the size of your variable. In this case, it's how many characters you have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So space counts as a character?
Absolutely. So it's going to say 7. Then it's going to put each character in a cell. It's going to be M, Y, space, T, E, X, T. So this is how it's going to look in the memory.
But you said a computer memory holds zeros and ones. How can it hold letters too?
Good question. In this case, these cells, these are not really bytes. These are char data type. What char is, it's 2 bytes.
2 bytes?
Yes. So in case of these English symbols, there is a let's see, ASCII char type. So there is an ASCII table which says how each letter on your keyboard is represented, which byte represents. If you look, 1 is represented as 49 and M is represented as 109. So it's up to 256, right? So in this case, M, if we set 109, it's going to be represented as 0 and 109.
Yes.
And space going to be look like 0 and 32. This is space.
So does it translate whatever it is here to numbers?
So it says I have 7 characters, but in reality it's 7 characters. It's really 14 bytes. And the reason we use 2 bytes is because each string in C# is Unicode. There is we'll talk about this later. All you have to know is just a Unicode, which allows you to store letters from different languages, including this Chinese, Russian, Spanish. So they wanted to have big enough. If you remember, 2 bytes, it's like a short, and it can hold up to 65,000 combinations, and there should be enough to hold all the letters from different languages.
So this ASCII thing allows the computer to translate whatever it is to the numbers. So it's all assigned a number?
ASCII, it's a historical representation when they only had English letters. So all they had to have is 256 characters to represent. But since we're writing in English, that's what I'm saying. It's how it's encoded in computer. It's so just to let you know.
So the computer reads it in text or numbers?
Computer sees numbers.
Okay.
It doesn't know. So that's the whole point. When you say string, now C# knows how to treat those numbers, because it does know 0 109, is it a short, so I can do plus minus, or is it a string?
Okay.
And as you can see, string variables, they always enclose in double quotes.
Is it to just declare and say this is the text?
Yes, to say this is a text, it's you use double quotes. If I even put 1, it's still a text. It's not a number. Number is, if I do EIR, this is a number.
So a number is just followed up by a semicolon, but a
No,
text
you
is
look
a
at
punctuation?
you look at the data type. If you say data type int,
Mhm.
now it's going to be number. If you say data type is string, it's a
Oh.
text.
So the data type
So
determines.
1 really in the memory is not going to be 1. So if it's int in the memory, 1 is going to be 1. No, sorry, it's going to be 0, 0, 0, 1. But if you say text 1, it's going to say, since its length is 1, right? Then it's going to use 2 bytes, say 0, and what was the 1? 1 was 49. So it's going to say 49.
Okay.
It looks different in memory, right?
Yes.
Which means I cannot add, for instance, if I have two string variables, s1 string s2, let's do 2, and I want to use plus operator,
Mhm.
s1 plus s2. What do you think it's going to print?
Well, S one
Let's see.
3.
If we do use variables, int variables, right? We have 2 and plus 2. So if you run this program, what's going to print?
Well, it's gonna print 3, right?
It's going to print 3. Now, if you run this program, what's going to print?
3 again, right? Oh, so it doesn't add. It just puts the numbers next to each other.
So this is called concatenation. When you use the same operator, you see plus, it's working different for different data types. So that's the second reason. If you remember, the first reason to have data types is to tell computer how much memory I need to reserve to store my data. The second reason why we need data types is to tell you how to treat those variables.
Okay.
How to treat. And in case of strings, what it does, it adds. So it's not adding; it's just concatenate or link them together to get one. Well, you may need to switch back and forth between int and strings, right? For instance, I have a string s, let's call it 1, and I want to have
Don't you need to put in quotations? The string.
Exactly, I have to put quotations. You're right. So now imagine if I want to make int from this. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use this as there is a special function called int.parse, and if I pass it as here, so what do you think it's going to print?
It's going to print 1
1. Let's run
because
it.
you converted it.
So yes, this is how I remember we did typecasting last time.
Yes.
This is not typecasting; it's a converting. So it's a little different, but the meaning is the same. You taking this variable, and you're trying to make sense of it. So you're trying to change it. Now, if I put, you see, if I lie to computer, I say no, it's int, but I really put like whatever, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
So what's gonna happen? It's trying to make a number from this, and boom, it fails. It says format exception. What it's trying to do, format from string to input. So it says input string was not in the correct format, which really means in English it says it's not a number.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you can do the other way around. You can have int I, say 9, and you want to make a string from it. So what you do, each data type, each variable has a special function called toString. So you can turn this integer to string by using this function. And you just let's print this as, and it's gonna print what?
Print 9.
9. Because what it did, it translated 9 int 9, which was really like this, to let's see what was 9. 9 was 57. So it's translated to something like this.
Okay.
It's a string length of 1 and made it this. What else could you do with strings? Why strings are so important? Imagine you have if you want to print your value int, right, on to the screen. You just run
9.
So what all the user sees, it sees 9, which doesn't mean anything to me, right? So what you really want, you want to make some kind of explanation. So in this case, you try to convert string int to a string, a text, and there are many ways to. It's called formatting. There are many ways to format the message you want to do. I'm going to show you the simplest one. What you do $, do double quotes. Now you can put some kind of text. You say the value of I will is, and use these curly braces to put the name of the variable I. Now when you run this one, what it's going to do, it's going to format. It's called format. It's going to make a string which has these words in it and the value of this variable. Let's see what's going to happen. So what I meant.
It's not supposed to happen.
Yes.
It's supposed to say the value of I is 9.
Why? So why it's not the same? It happened this because what we're printing?
Printing I.
What we should print?
String.
S. Let's see. Woohoo! Now let's see the variable. Change the variable and say 99. What's gonna print?
The value of I variable is 99.
Good job. That's it for today.
Thanks for joining us on Code with Camilla. Come back next week for more videos.